Hey guys, it's me here with another video review, this time of the Transformers Prime Deluxe Class RID Wheeljack. Now, as you can see, this is obviously the RID Wheeljack from Transformers Prime. A figure that I really wanted to review because I absolutely love this figure. It's one of my all-time, probably my second favorite figure from the RID one, my first being Ratchet. Obviously, a very nice representation of Ratchet, Wheeljack from Transformers Prime. I love how it's like all puzzly like he is in the show, kind of. Not puzzle lines, but like how it's all molded like that. I don't like these holes in the front, but that plays into his whole sword gimmick. Translucent windows, nice spoiler, nice. Rear lights definitely gives you a Wheeljack feeling. Now on the bottom you can see I have the swords pegged in. They just peg in with holes and tabs on his feet. And mine are actually rounded, so you want to make sure the round part hits that, because or else it's going to scrape and not really roll all that well. So there's little pegs right in there, and on the swords there's little holes. So you can take this if I can get it to tab in there. And the other one, and you can have a saber-toothed tiger, or not even really, I'd say a woolly mammoth. Ow. Wheeljack, which I just think is stupid. And another option is taking them and pegging them in on the side here. I don't like that either. I'm just going to leave these on the side, because I like the storage underneath, but I'm afraid they're going to get warped or bent out of shape. So, you know, Wheeljack from Transformers Prime, I don't really like him as Wheeljack. Well, I do, because I wish he was more of a scientist, kind of like G1 maybe. But, you know, I like the character of Wheeljack. He's obviously really tough as nails type of guy. Nice chrome wheels. He's one of the wreckers. Well, speaking of the wreckers, there he is. And there he is next to his good wrecker buddy, Bulkhead. So, the two wrecker buddies from Transformers Prime next to each other, ready to roll out. Oop. And, I think that's a pretty decent size scale. I like the way they look together, even though we really never saw them drive around together. So let's get him out of here. I think it's a very nice, car. I think it looks absolutely fantastic, and I really do like these wheels. But with enough of me rambling on, let's get this guy to his robot mode. What you want to do first to transform him is kind of, I guess, pull apart the legs there. Then that kind of will bring the arms out. So you just kind of want to pull on the arms until you can kind of, there we go, get them out. Well, first, really, what you want to do is unpeg this whole front section. And you kind of feel like you're going to break something, so I would be careful. And this whole section swings down. Now, I absolutely love the way his feet transform. It's very fun. What you want to do is unpeg this and kind of take this and swivel that around, slide that up, take this part of the leg, that forward, take this wheel part, and that slice to the side, fold the foot up. That is absolutely amazing. I love the way his legs transform. That is so much fun to do. That is absolutely just awesome. So, there you have his legs. Now you want to come up here. Just kind of pull the arms out from the side. Okay. And now you can take this section and bring this down. And the whole revealer's gimmick for this guy is you just take this little white section and push that up and kind of push it in. There's his head. And then you want to bring this kind of like that. And then as you can see, there's little, well, if you bring these arms up like you should, about there, there's little holes in there and a little hole right there. There's a tab there, there, and there. And that's going to go into all of that. So you just got to get it lined up until you can do that. Once you do, it's not that hard. And then take these shoulders, rotate them back, and take these. This part can be kind of hard to do, get this out. You want to take this whole section, that comes out, swivels around, get his hand straight, and you just push that right back in. Now with my arm, my elbow joint always detaches, and I'm sure, oh, there it goes. Well, now I can show it better. This comes out, rotates, goes right back in. And my arm never likes to stay in. Oh, one section I forgot to do is back here. These just, you go out to the side. And here you have Transformers Prime, RID Deluxe Class Wheeljack in his robot mode. And what a great looking robot mode this thing is. Oh my god, I just love it. I don't know if it's the gorilla arms like he has in the show or the way he's standing, but I feel like with these figures, or maybe it's just him, they capture the posture of the characters. And I know that sounds weird, but honestly, it looks like Wheeljack. It looks just like how he does in the show. It looks like he's like slouching, just like he does in the show. It looks like he has his posture. I think that's great. Obviously, his mask is closed, and it looks like he's light piping, but it really does not work all that well, so it looks like he's kind of dead. I don't really like that. Obviously, with his swords, you can put him in his hands, but first, we're going to go through his articulation. His head is on a ball joint, so nice range of motion there. It's pretty tight. Shoulders are on these kind of swivel in and out joints and ball joints. The elbows are on two elbow joints. And then the hands, they kind of rotate, and then they go in and out. They're not really on ball joint. Oh, they are inside there, and then this part goes in and out. And then this elbow just attaches on me. The waist does nothing. Hips are on ball joints, and then they swivel at the hip. A knee joint, and then the feet are pretty much on ball joints. So nice range of motion there. So you can take his swords, and they just slide right into there. Where's the other one? Nice looking swords, by the way. I'm really trying not to get these all scratched up. And, of course, his arm just came off. And super glue is not going to help that. It's not like it's not tight or anything. It's something, I don't know how I'm going to show it, because I really can't. It's like a peg kind of joint, and the peg's not very big. It's fine on the right arm, but not on the left arm. And then you can get him in some pretty cool poses, I guess. And then immediately when I try to move it, my elbow just comes off on the left arm. So if he would stand, you can get him in. I mean, that's not all dramatic, but it really does look like Wheeljack, and I absolutely love it. Now with his swords, take them out of his hands. With the swords, all storage options from the vehicle mode are pretty much eliminated. The pegs on his feet are now here, so unless you want to have him rocking around with big swords on his feet, I don't think that's really going to go. The woolly mammoth option, the pegs are right there, so you can no longer do that. And the little gas can pegs there on his shoulders. So if you peg him in on his shoulders, hi, that's Wheeljack. That looks really kind of weird. But Pia, I believe it was, actually showed off something which I love to do, but I'm afraid I'm going to scratch my swords. So, as you can see, in there's a little thing. This isn't on purpose for the figure itself. This is just happens to be there. There's a little holster section. You can take your swords. You can just slide them in there. And then they just slide right in. I love the sound it actually makes. I'm afraid I'm going to scratch them, though. And you can do that, and I think that it doesn't look all that bad. But then you have giant handles sticking out of the top, and that really doesn't look all that good. So, I'm just going to take these out. Careful. And set them aside. You can say he's the Leonardo of Transformers. See what I did there? Leonardo of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, I'm going to set him right there. And because he is a wrecker, here you have Wheeljack with his good old wrecker buddy, Bulkhead. And it's a decent size scale. I'm gonna say that. But honestly, he's not too tall, and he's not too small. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. I honestly think this is a very good size scale. So, getting him out of there. I honestly think that Wheeljack is a beautiful looking figure. It's definitely my second. If I had a top 3 favorites of the RID line, he would be number 2. Ratchet being number 1. Number 3 might be Vehicon. And number 4 might be Soundwave. Then again, I like Bumblebee. But anyway, absolutely captures the character. Excuse me. Absolutely captures the character of Wheeljack. I think it is a beautiful looking figure. I can absolutely recommend picking him up. But with enough of that, let's go ahead and transform Wheeljack back into his vehicle mode. Now, what you want to do first is take his little things, and they kind of peg together. They kind of like slot together. So take those little things and put them together. Then come to the arms and do that whole flippy thing again, kind of like that. Make sure his hands are kind of angled in. Just gonna put that right there, and then these just come out. And the whole thingy, you just pull that down and his head goes away. Like so. Now you want to take this section and bring this up. And now you want to take his arms and kind of puzzle them back together. And if your arm falls off like mine does, you have to put it back on there. But it's honestly, now that it's come off so many times, come on, it's really not even staying at all. So I'm kind of just depending on friction to keep that in there. And then this has to go kind of in, if I can get it, because it can be kind of hard. Kind of in. Okay. Come down to the legs, and we can have the honor of transforming them again. In, out, around, up, and down. And peg that in. I just had a little brain fart there. Down, around, down, peg. And make sure the feet are flat up against each other. Peg those together. Bring this down. And then I probably did this in a wrong order, but you kind of got to bring it down over so that you can get this all to... Oh god, I think I broke it. I think I see what's wrong. Yeah, okay, see these kneecaps? They just got to be inside. There you go. Now you can peg that in. And peg everything together. And here you have Wheeljack back in his vehicle mode. Now, without a doubt, this was one of a really great figures from the RID line, so I can absolutely recommend picking him up. But as of right now, I have not seen any RID figures on the shelves anymore. Beast Hunters is just about starting to come in, and RID is pretty much about 2 weeks ago. I was in Toys R Us. I saw a bunch of RID. I saw a whole lot of first edition figures. Another week later, boom, everything was just gone, and it was completely all Beast Hunters. So I missed out big time because I started collecting Transformers Prime a little late. I have a decent collection, but I'm missing essential characters such as Megatron and Knockout and figures like that. So I did miss out a lot. But if you want to order him online, he can't be too cheap. All these figures were just taken off the shelves. So, alright guys, that was my review of the Transformers Prime RID Deluxe Class Wheeljack. I'll see you next time.